Hola clase, I hope you guys are having a great day. Today we're going to be learning something that is brand new, so it is super important that you watch this video. I'm not going to make it super duper long, but it is going to help you with your assignment and then moving forward in this unit. But today we're going to talk about really 6 new verbs that all have to do with your senses. And so this kind of goes on with the body parts that we talked about yesterday. Now we're moving into your senses. So I apologize, it's really hard to write on this app. I will do my best to do that. But I'll go ahead and fill this in. The verb ver, which means to see. The verb oír, which means to hear. The verb oler, which means to smell, and the verb decir, which means to say or tell. Maybe. Means to say or tell, which is down below, so I'm just going to leave that there. Means to say or tell. All of these words express what our senses perform. All 4 verbs are irregular. Okay, so if you look down here, when we know that something is irregular, it means it's not going to follow our normal rules. You guys have already seen ver when we talked about those irregular yo verbs. So the yo form is veo, but the rest of them are just normal. Ves, ve, vemos, and ven. Not going to worry about vosotros. The next one, oler, is really wacky, all right? You can see oler is O-L-E-R, but these are the forms, and it's almost like a boot verb in that all the forms that are irregular are the yo to el, ella, usted form and the ellos, ellas, ustedes form, and the only one that's normal is the nosotros form, but they are very, very different. So it is huelo, you pronounce it kind of like with a W, so huelo, hueles, huele, olemos, and huelen. Again, we're not going to worry about vosotros. And again, olemos is out there kind of like a boot verb. Same thing for oír. Again, oír is pretty different. Has a Y in there. So the yo form is irregular. It's oigo, and then it's oyes, oye, oímos, and oyen. Again, it kind of works like a boot verb in that the nosotros form is just going to follow the normal rules. Finally, decir actually is a boot verb, but it's also irregular in the yo form. So digo is I say or tell, and then it's dices, dice, decimos, and dicen. Again, it works like a boot verb in that the nosotros form is the normal form in that the rest of them all have E to I stem changers. So just a few notes I want to add at the bottom to kind of help you remember how to pronounce these. In Spanish, the letter H is silent. And you guys know this because one of the very first words you learn in Spanish, or maybe a word you already knew before you came into Spanish, was hola. Okay? You never came in and said, hola, Mrs. Bright, and if you did, my ears probably started bleeding because I cannot stand that, all right? So the H is silent. You just say hola. And so we're bringing that up because of all the irregular forms of oler, all right? But again, with that sound, that H-U-E, it almost makes a W sound in English. And so that H-U-E is pronounced like a W. So huelo, hueles, huele, olemos, and huelen. All right? So those are the 4. Those are irregular. There are 2 other verbs I'm going to introduce you to that are normal, and then we'll go from there. All right. The 2 other verbs that we're going to talk about is the verb tocar. Again, I apologize, it's really hard to write on this. Okay, but these are just normal, so they're going to follow our normal rules. It's an AR verb, so it's toco for the yo form, tocas, toca, tocamos, and tocan. This verb means to touch. So again, we're talking about our senses. The last one, now decir, to say or to tell, they kind of use for that that sense of taste, all right? Or that using your mouth, your senses with your mouth. But obviously taste is the one that you learned when you were in elementary school for your other sense. So I'm going to teach you that word as well. The word to taste is saborear. Again, that means to taste. And again, it's just a normal verb. It's a little bit longer, but it's saboreo, saboreas, saborea, saboreamos, and I put an X here, and saborean. Alrighty, so again, those first 4 verbs that we talked about, those are all for irregular, and you can look back, and I will also be attaching the notes to this as well. And then these 2 verbs, tocar and saborear, still go with those senses words, but they are normal, they're regular verbs. For today's assignment, you're going to read a short little story that I wrote about the Avengers coming to your house. Mr. Bright and I have been rewatching the Avenger movies during this time, so that's kind of been on my mind. So that's what I wrote about. You're going to read about it. It's only about 5 sentences in Spanish. Then you're going to answer questions about the story in English. And then at the bottom of the page, you're going to fill in the blank with the correct form of the verb, which again, you can look at your notes. And then you're going to translate that sentence as well. So you need to make sure that you're following all of those steps. If you have a question, you can always email me or contact me. And we can set up a Zoom time, but you should be good to go. I hope you guys have a great day.